The Battle of Badr wasn't just a clash of swords, it was the moment when faith stood firm against fear and truth rose over tyranny. Fought in the scorching sands outside Medina in 624 CE, this first major battle in Islamic history became a turning point that would forever shape the Muslim world. Outnumbered and seemingly overpowered, the small army of Prophet Muhammad faced the mighty Quraysh with unwavering belief in Allah and the promise of divine support. Prophet Muhammad gathered just 313 men, many in patched armor, most sharing swords, to intercept a Quraysh trade caravan that financed their own persecution. Unbeknownst to them, the caravan slipped away and a fully armed relief army of about 1,000 Quraysh marched instead. What began as a strategic interception became a life-or-death showdown on the barren plain of Badr, 150 kilometers southwest of Medina. Amid the palm-lined wells and shifting dunes, three titans of Islam prepared to stake their lives on the promise that victory is only from Allah. Their names, Hamza ibn Abdul-Muttalib, Ali ibn Abi Talib, and Omar ibn Al-Khattab, echo through Muslim hearts to this day, not merely for wielding steel, but for embodying unbreakable faith under impossible odds. Hamza ibn Abdul-Muttalib, the Lion Unchained. Hamza, uncle of the Prophet and only a year his senior, had earned the title Asad Allah, the Lion of Allah, after accepting Islam and publicly declaring his allegiance in the face of Quraysh abuse. At Badr, he wore a crimson ostrich feather in his helmet so comrades could follow his charge. When Quraysh champions Utbah, Shayba, and Walid demanded single combat, Hamza strode forward wielding his double-edged sword. His powerful frame and years of desert hunting made him lethal in close quarters. With a single, fluid stroke he felled Shayba, then turned to guard Ali as the teenager engaged Walid. Eyewitnesses later swore Hamza fought as though angels escorted his blade, carving a path through enemy ranks and tearing down banners that rallied Quraysh lines. Yet his greatest act was quieter. Moments before battle, Hamza reassured terrified youths who lacked armor, telling them, "If Allah chooses us today, Jannah awaits before the sun sets." That fearless serenity stiffened the Muslim line far more than iron nail could have. Ali ibn Abi Talib, youthful fire, timeless valor. At barely 25 years old, Ali was the Prophet's cousin, son-in-law, and first male to embrace Islam. He possessed unmatched reflexes, said to extinguish candles with a flick of his blade without cutting the wick. At Badr, he wore Prophet Muhammad's own sword Dhul Fakar, recently gifted to him. When Walid ibn Utbah taunted the Muslims, Ali stepped up beside Hamza and Ubaidah ibn al-Harith, declaring, "Allah is our sufficiency." He parried Walid's heavy strikes, then split Walid's helmet and skull in one upward arc. Later, as the melee raged, Ali fought like a whirlwind, piercing shields, disarming veterans twice his age, and personally accounting for at least 7 Quraysh casualties, including banner-bearers whose fall triggered panic. But Ali's greatness lay not only in combat. When he saw fallen enemies writhe in pain, he recited Bismillah and ensured water reached even the dying, a mercy that Quraysh prisoners would recount in awe. His blend of courage and compassion set the ethical bar for Muslim warriors henceforth. Omar ibn Al-Khattab, iron resolve and tactical genius. Tall, broad-shouldered, eyes dark with unyielding intent, Omar entered Islam after vowing to kill the Prophet, only to find his heart conquered by Quran recitation. At Badr, he served as one of the Prophet's chief advisors, suggesting that the army occupy the wells and deny water to Quraysh, an audacious move that turned geography into a weapon. During battle, Omar led segments of the right flank, his booming takbir, Allahu Akbar, rolling over the dunes like thunder. His swordsmanship was precise rather than flamboyant. Companions said he struck like a blacksmith, no wasted motion, every blow decisive. He routed the clan of Banu Adi, scattering men who had once been his kin, proving that loyalty to faith now outranked tribal blood. After victory, Omar guarded high-ranking prisoners, insisting they be treated with dignity but not allowed to escape. His blend of stern discipline and measured mercy foreshadowed the administrative brilliance that would later define his caliphate and expand Islam from Egypt to Persia. A day written in heaven. Dawn on 17 Ramadan, 2H, March 17, 624 CE, broke cool and windless. Prophet Muhammad raised his hands until his mantle slipped from his shoulders, pleading, "O Allah, should this band perish, you will not be worshipped upon the earth." He then seized a handful of dust and cast it toward the enemy, proclaiming, "May their faces be confounded." Kern later immortalized the moment, It was not you who threw, but Allah who threw. Combat erupted with champions' duels, followed by a general charge. Muslim archers loosed volleys from an elevated ridge, infantry braced behind leather shields, cavalry, just 2 horses, dashed in distracting feints. Quraysh, parched and cramped by narrowing ground, found themselves buffeted by sudden sand gusts that blinded eyes and clogged nostrils. Many companions swore they glimpsed ranks of luminous warriors in white, descending like a storm, an angelic reinforcement promised in Qur'an 8:9. Whether heavenly or psychological, the effect shattered Quraysh morale. Within hours, 70 of their elite lay dead and another 70 captured. Muslim martyrs numbered 14, each name honored in Medina to this day. The impossible had happened, a shoestring community had defeated the superpower of Arabia. Triumph tempered by mercy. Prophet Muhammad gathered the captives and declared, "Feed them from what you yourselves eat." Hamza personally bound his former friend Abu Sufyan, yet removed his own cloak to shade him from noon heat. Ali urged relatives of the slain to forgive blood money requests, reminding them, guidance is richer than gold. Omar, though stern, accepted the Prophet's decision to ransom educated prisoners in exchange for teaching Muslim children to read, planting seeds of literacy across the new society. This ethos startled observers. No pillars of victory were toppled, no vengeance massacres were ordered. Instead, a new moral order emerged, one where strength served justice, not dominance. The ripple effect, from desert skirmish to civilizational shift. Badr demolished the myth of Quraysh invincibility. Tribes hedging their allegiance now rode to Medina offering pacts. Within a decade, Islam would sweep the Arabian Peninsula. Within a century, it would span 3 continents. Scholars trace that avalanche to Badr's catalytic moment, proof that divine promise trumps material odds. Echoes on the wind of Badr. Stand today on the silent plain of Badr and listen. The desert wind seems to carry the clash of steel, the call of Allahu Akbar, and the soft recitation of Qur'an over shallow graves. It whispers of a moment when 3 extraordinary souls, Hamza the roaring lion, Ali the radiant sword, and Omar the iron heart, answered a higher summons. Their valor secured not just a battlefield but the moral arc of an emerging civilization. In an age obsessed with numbers and forecasts, Badr reminds us that resolve aligned with divine purpose can redraw the calculus of history. And as long as believers recite their stories, the spirits of those heroes will ride the wind, urging every generation to meet its own impossible odds with faith, strategy, and mercy.